In this video, I will be showing you how to make this adorable No-Sew Snowman. This styrofoam cone I've had for years, and I've just been stumped on what to do with it until today. The cone will be the body of the snowman, along with this Christmas ornament from Hobby Lobby that will be the head of the snowman. To start off, I'm just going to remove the string because I don't want it to actually look like a Christmas ornament, and I'm going to figure out how tall I want it to be. This craft is actually pretty tall and it's going to be over 12 inches in height, and I use a serrated knife to cut off the excess foam. Now because it's a round ornament, I also wanted to carve out a little bit for it to have a well to sit inside, and I fill that well with a bunch of hot glue and make sure it's completely dry before I start working on it with any of the other craft materials. This piece of felt I've already pre-cut and is going to be the front of the snowman, so I just gently hot glued that to the front to cover up the cone. And then this large piece of burgundy red felt, I cut out this shape from really thick paper. That's going to be my template, and I'm making kind of a cape-like outfit for this little snowman. I wanted it to be red because it's going to match the hat. I didn't have any buffalo plaid material, but this red ends up looking really nice as well. After getting it cut out, I just do the same thing by wrapping it around the neck, and then I'm just going to hot glue it on the front in place so it won't come off. And this craft is perfect for me because if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I am not a fan of sewing, but this still looks like it is something that has been sewn without actually having to get out a sewing machine or any hand sewing. Now what I'm doing is just putting on some additional details. I'm gluing down this thick jute rope that I have to give its coat a little extra trim. It also hides any uneven edges if you don't cut out the material very smooth. And I wrap it all the way up to the very top of the snowman, and it just looks like a really nice finished coat. Now this fur I usually actually use to make gnome beards with my crafting, but I'm going to trim it up really well to be a collar. And anytime you use fur like that, you want to cut vertically, because if you cut straight across, it just makes it look really blunt, kind of like you're cutting actual hair. After getting it the right shape, I do hot glue it to the neck, and it looked a little bit uneven and there was some red of the felt sticking through, so I wanted to hide that with this jute as well. It just makes it look nice and finished and more professional. Now these sticks I got from Hobby Lobby after Christmas, and they ended up being the perfect thing for the arms. So picking out two that I liked, I just took my scissors and trimmed through and cut a little slit into the foam. And using hot glue, I pushed that in nice and deep so that it's really secure, and I did the same thing to the other side. These sticks were also really nice because they're slightly flocked and have a little sparkle just to make it look even prettier. Even though this is looking really nice already, I wanted to add some greenery and some berries just to add the colors to the outfit. And at the very end, I do a little buffalo plaid bow to match the hat. And here's the finished product. I really think it looks great. I've never made anything like this before with a styrofoam cone, and I even have a few more in my supplies, so I'm planning on making even more snowmen. You could even make a Santa Claus or a gnome if you wanted to using the same things. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.